Welcome to our tier list for Travis Scott's new album, Utopia. In this episode, we're going to be ranking all 19 songs on Utopia in one single tier list. So, Lou, let's get this started.
Let's get started with the intro, which, by the way, do you know how to pronounce it, bro? Because I'm still, like, kind of stuck with it right now. Is it HYAENA?
I say hyena.
Hyena?
I say hyena. It's safe.
Okay. Anyway, so yeah, where do you want to rank this one?
Listen, I think it's one of the best rapping performances on the entire album. It was a fantastic intro. I'm between great and amazing.
I'm on amazing with this. I love the ferocious rapping. You have this high-octane, unique instrumental, some interesting messages, and also, I feel like the lure from that British prog rock singer that starts it off feels like he's trying to like bring me into his cult or something. Like, it's very captivating. And then you have Travis Scott rapping about driving through hell, and it's really fire, bro.
It is really fire. Okay, so listen, I can meet you on the amazing, but let's keep going on with this. What do we have next?
Thank God is the next song, and incredible tension being built throughout this entire track where you have this unsettling beat. Travis sounds uneasy. The Casey feature on the hook was kind of minimal, but it was still cool.
Yeah, I like the progression within the production because then you get those quicker drums towards the end, and that also accelerates Travis Scott's flow, which I always like, and I always go towards, especially
What
for
about
those
the
high
Stormy
impact.
feature, though?
That
How did
was
you feel
fire
about
towards
that?
the end of the track? Yeah, that was nice, especially because he's talking about a bit more personal content matter, and it fit in nicely with the end of the verse. So
It was so random, though. I'm not going to lie to you. We're like, Stormy's a minor, but she's living major. Like, it was so out of nowhere. But
it's not that
it was
deep,
cute.
bro.
It was cute to see him put his daughter on there. I'll say that.
it's not that deep. I would go great with it, though.
Thank God being a great song. That's fair. I think that's fair enough. Kind of a redemption song. Sounds like he's trying to motivate himself and live up to the pressure. And that's what's cool is that he was addressing like having to live up to the hype on that song. Let's keep on going though. Next up we have Modern Jam featuring TELEKINESIS Touchdown, and I love like just the intersectionality of the old and the new on this song. You have the traditional Travis being his own hype man, sounding like an old MC, rapping over this old I Am a God beat with like these boom bap drums, but you also have these futuristic synths that come later on. And the TELEKINESIS Touchdown verse, bro, like he's a force to be reckoned with on this song.
Absolutely. And also I feel like Travis's vocal performances within the choruses themselves are really nice as well. I love that manic energy that you get in between all these verses because the production also kind of gets a bit more grandiose once you get towards the choruses, and then you bleed back into those drums that you were talking about for those verses. If I had to give it a rating,
where's the flaw? This is a perfect song to me. Like, this song breathes pure ingenuity to me, bro.
It's not. Listen, I like this song, but it's not going over HYAENA.
What's the issue with it, though?
I don't have an issue with it regardless. So what's the issue with the intro?
There's no real issue with the. I just feel like this is more like this is more boundary pushing to me. Instrumentally, it was a bit more out there.
We're not going perfect. I'll tell you right now, we're not going perfect. There's no way.
But what's the flaw with it? It's just because it's not in rotation as much?
Bro, the album's been out for like less than a week. How could it be in my rotation?
I told you why I thought Modern Jam was better than the intro. I'm asking you, why do you think Modern Jam can go perfect?
Because I think there's songs better than it, and I think that I would have songs placed above it based on this track list.
You can't pick out a flaw. Well, keep it at amazing, bro. No problem.
I asked you the same thing for the other one that was placed within amazing, and you couldn't answer my question. So I guess we'll have to. But
at least I told you what makes Modern Jam better. But anyways, let's keep on going. Next song is My Eyes featuring Sampha and Justin Vernon. Just so cool to see Travis Scott tackle like these delicate vocal inflections that were high pitch at times, low pitch at other times. Usually he has like a set amount of tricks and plays that he pulls out of his bag, but this really took me for a loop, bro. It's cool.
This is a perfect song. This has to go into the perfect category. Come on, bro.
I'm not putting it on the perfect.
It's one of the best songs in the album, if not the best. Are you serious? Name me a song as dynamic as this one on the album. Oh my goodness, there's no way, bro. Especially with the way that he starts off the song with these beautiful somber vocals, and then the lead into the second verse. Once he actually speeds up his flow, the song concept itself is absolutely beautiful. The production is futuristic. It is easily one of the best songs. Like, if we're not putting this perfect, what else are we putting perfect?
A Modern Jam should have gone perfect for me.
Oh my goodness.
I'm going amazing at the most. I do think it's one of the best written songs. It's really...
Are you just doing this because of the Modern Jam thing?
No, I don't think it's a perfect song, to be honest with you.
You think Modern Jam is seriously a better song than My Eyes?
I think it's a better song, yeah.
My goodness.
Absolutely.
Music is subjective indeed. I guess. Listen, man, I don't
I
know
will
what
say this is probably the fastest he ever rapped on. And that second verse, bro, he was going the fuck off. I do wish the Sampha feature was a bit longer. Like, kind of gave me blue balls. I feel like that's why I can't put it on that perfect tier, is that, like, he came in and
just
came right out.
Yeah, it was a 4-line segue into your
Should have
second
been a bit longer, to me.
No, there's no way. The song was drawn out enough. Listen, all right, I guess so. I mean, I don't know where else you're going to go with this tier list, Lou. Fuck, dude, that's bad.
That's bad?
It's a bad call. I would go perfect.
I'm not calling the song mid, bro, just because it's the same argument as Modern Jam. Like, I don't get you. Anyways, let's keep on going. Let's go into God's Country. This was a song that really took time to grow on me. Like, when we heard it in Miami Live.
You said you really didn't fuck
I'm
with
like,
it.
bro, this fucking, like, sample, like, when is this kid going to shut the fuck up on the sample? It was really irritating me. But the more that I listened to it, the more that I was entranced in this really hollowing and grimy sort of aesthetic that he was trying to set up. And it's really grown on me. I think that it's a great song, but it feels like it builds towards nowhere. It feels like it needed a second half with a transition to get a Kanye feature who was originally featured on the song.
But I
feel like it was missing something.
No, I disagree. I think in the context of the album, it almost feels like a shorter interlude to a certain extent, because it is one of the songs with lesser runtime on the album. Travis only has one verse on there, but the verse is absolutely fire. And I agree. I think you could have enhanced the song by having that second part and maybe getting a feature like a Kanye, or maybe Travis comes in with a different performance. But overall, I'd probably go great with it.
I think it's great at best, in my opinion.
Right.
Again, I just feel like I should have evolved into a bit more. But next up, we have Sirens. And again, interesting just because it starts off the same way that the intro does, where you have these ethereal vocals by a prog rock singer, which was pretty interesting.
And then the strings kick in, and then you start getting that Travis Scott flow. And I also like the way that he was using these high-pitched vocal inflections to end off his lines on the first half of the song. I feel like that was extremely original for the track list, and I feel like that was refreshing. As I mentioned in the review, once you get that vocal sample, the track goes to a whole different place. And then you start getting it on loop to where it starts to get so quick, and then boom, you get that Mike Dean outro, and
it's fire, bro.
It's over.
And I feel like the psychedelic rock sound that he described this album being, this encapsulates it the best. And I feel like it's an instrumental that's in constant construction, bro. Like, there's always new elements being added in. And it's just the most epic and circus-like song on the album for me. Travis Scott's rapping his ass off. It's bombastic. It's a thriller of a song, bro.
Can we go perfect with this one? If we're not going to go perfect with this one, I don't think there's anywhere else.
I also love the Drake skit at the end of it, too.
Because then after that, it goes into Meltdown after, which we're going to
We'll
talk
go perfect on Sirens. Definitely one of the best songs on the album, except for one line that I'm not too huge on, the one where he's like, we're back outside, like, no more time for Zoom. Like, bro, that line is 3 years old, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
I didn't even pick up on that.
Anyways, just to say, but nonetheless, I'm not going to be an asshole and make one line, lower it. Perfect song for Sirens. Next up, though, we have Meltdown featuring Drake. And I want to say this. It's not as explosive or as exciting as a Sicko Mode, but I do think it's a high-quality collaboration for them. When comparing it to Sicko Mode, it does have a lot of similar qualities in terms of, like, Drake starting the song off, the references to Louis Vuitton, which is also there in Sicko Mode, and of course, Drake throwing shots, and the fact that you have beat switches.
That was really cool.
So I feel like we can't talk about this and not compare it to Sicko Mode to a certain degree.
Yes, but at the same time, it's a different song when it comes down to pace and composure, and when it comes down to feeling and aesthetic, because you don't get any back and forth between Travis or Drake, which you had on Sicko Mode. You only get one verse from Drake itself, which, you know, you had gotten, I believe, multiple on Sicko Mode as well. So there are some outliers that I feel like separate the two tracks itself. Honestly, I think I like the production a bit more on this one than I do on Sicko Mode, if I'm being completely honest with you. I feel like there's this dark mafioso vibe that's going on with the song, and what's interesting is that Drake plays on the first half of it and it really fits into his style, and then once you get into Travis, it gets a lot more fast paced, and you can see how the drums change, and it suits Travis's verse a lot more. So I'm between great and amazing on it.
I could go amazing on it. I also love the refrain that Drake has with, like, the T-Tam, T-Tam, T-Tam.
And then it leads you in, and then boom, the drums just keep going.
It's just super dark. Travis Scott matches that energy. I think it's an amazing song overall. Looking at the production, looking at the performances, hearing them out of their usual sort of demeanors. Really interesting song. Amazing for me. You agree?
Amazing.
All right, next up we have Fiend with Playboi Carti and Sheck Wes. Did you end up hearing the Sheck Wes verse that got cut?
Yes.
What'd you think of it? I feel like that was better than the Carti verse. I'm not going to lie to you.
No, I prefer the Carti verse on it. I'm being completely honest with you. I don't mind that Sheck Wes had gotten cut. It does its thing. What do you mean? It does its thing? It's literally like Playboi Carti's realms, you know?
Again, the more that I listen to this, I mentioned this in the review, the less and less impressive it sounds to me. Despite me liking the new voice, I just feel like rhythmically, the timing is totally off.
So where are you going with this? Stop with the blitter bladder. Where are you going?
I love the fucking hook. I love the energy. I love the way he attacked the rage beat. It was unique. I want to go great with Fiend.
I'll go great with Fiend.
You agree with that one?
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Okay.
Let's keep going. What else have we got?
Next up, we got DELRESTO Echoes featuring Beyonce and Justin Vernon. It's a song that definitely has like the club and dance vibes written all over it. It reminds me of something that you would have heard off of Beyonce's like Renaissance era, due to like the bouncy grooves and the production as a whole. I think that Beyonce's performance, there's no complaints there. Beautiful vocal performance. The notes that she's hitting as well. But Travis took the back seat.
And not only that, but I'm not going to be revisiting this track as much as a lot of other ones on the actual album itself. I do feel like this is a good song. It's good. It's not going to do anything too crazy for me.
And I feel like Travis was just the most forgettable aspect of it. Like even Justin Vernon came on at the end and had this blissful intercollection of harmonies that sounded really good. But again, Travis was just an afterthought on his own song.
Not only that, but it's kind of a safe play for the album itself, in my opinion. It feels like the safest song.
And it's unnecessary for the album. Like, imagine taking that song out.
Yeah, you could do without it.
You could do without it very easily.
All right. So, is it going good?
Yeah, I'll go good with it.
I'll go good with it.
Mike Dean was actually the go to that song. Like, the atmospheric synths at the end. Like, that felt like
was really nice.
the true climax of it. But next up, we have I Know, which is Travis Scott delving into the most familiar territory for himself, I feel like, throughout the entire album. To me, this is the catchiest and stickiest hook that you'll find on the entire track list. A late night drive banger. I've been ripping this song more than any other song off of Utopia. I'm not saying I think it's the best song on the album, but
so this is the one that got into your rotation the most.
This is the one that's really locked in there. I love Coleman's super dark and moody keys that kick off the song, and then you get OZ's drums that just drop. It's like a fucking...
Just shook my mic.
Bro.
There you go. You got to add the little...
It's like a nuclear bomb,
like
bro.
The Oppenheimer reference. Like the little Judge smash. Eh? This is
Judge Judy.
You ever watch Judge Judy on a day off?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Okay, so listen. I would go amazing with this one. I think it's amazing. I think it's an amazing track.
Yeah, I'd go amazing too.
I think it's an amazing track. I don't think else to say
Love
about
how
it.
faded
I spoke about
he
it in the
sounds
review,
on
so
it.
I'm cool with it.
All right, amazing song for I Know. Next up, we have Topia Twins featuring 21 Savage and Rob 49. And I'm not sure what Travis was trying to do with this song. It felt like he was playing it safe, giving us a generic trap song. The Wheezy production is so bland. You have these cheap strings. And I just feel like, at least if you're going to have like a generic trap banger, like at least make it feel like an anthem, bro. Make it slap. Make it have a crazy hook. It's just absent in every area except for the last Travis verse and 21 who carried it. Everything else is subpar.
I agree with you.
Mid.
Yeah, you'd go mid with it?
Like, I'm like saying mid to compromise, low key. Actually, no, I'm not, because the 21 verse
It's not
is
a
fire.
bad song.
Because I know you're gonna call it great, bro.
No,
I have a hard time.
You don't even give me the chance to speak on the podcast. Let me get to my thoughts on it. Gotta slow down here. We're not going great with this. There's no way. I don't understand the hype behind this song. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. It's getting well received, and I think that people really like it just because like the Rob 49 like sort of hype behind it, where it's like, oh, it's the new Don Toliver. Yippee. Let's add 10 points. No, I'm sorry. It's not that great of a song. I do feel like Rob 49 took a major W with getting this placement. Just if we have to be real here, it's really not a great performance. It lasts like fucking 15, 20 seconds.
Why do you keep mentioning that? Like, anyone getting on Utopia is a major W. It still doesn't make him have a good fucking verse, bro.
Because I want to give him his flowers. Why can't I give someone his flowers? I mean, you're a stickler and an asshole, but I don't have to be.
You're giving him his flowers just for being on the album and not actually praising anything he's doing on the album.
Because I don't like his verse, but I mean, I could celebrate someone taking a major W and getting his like bag.
Yeah.
Why not?
At that point, like, give a major W to everyone that's on this album.
Well, I mean,
like
Beyonce,
Casey, for example.
Well, Casey was on Donda. Like, this was like really one of his first major looks.
All right,
like there's a lot
Shout
of
out to Rob 49.
That's what I'm trying to say, though.
Who had one of the worst verses.
You're hating on me for giving a guy his flowers?
No,
it's not a good night for Lou,
you made it a point to say it in the review and again. I'm like, okay, bro, yeah, he made it on the album. We understand. You don't gotta like.
He made it on the album. It's a big moment for him. Fuck yeah, we give people their moments here on the podcast. You know, Lou sometimes has a stick up his ass, and this is one of these times. He doesn't like me giving people their
twin bitches hopping off a jet ski.
Okay, regardless, let's getting drawn out. Where are we going with this?
I'm going mid on this.
I'll go mid with it. Yeah.
All right, the song is gonna get mid. Next up, we have CIRCUS Maximus with The Weeknd, Sway Lee. Cool to see Travis sampling the same drum pattern as Black Skinhead. That was pretty cool. Sway Lee opens up the song.
Kind of forgettable.
Doesn't really have that lengthy of a part.
The best Weeknd performance on the album, though.
The one that we wanted, right?
Exactly. But it still doesn't feel that memorable, to be quite honest with you. It's not like a Pray for Love or a Wonderful, for example, where you're like, whoa, I gotta absolutely revisit
also,
this.
The song kind of drags, bro. Like, this is one that, like...
It feels cinematic, though.
It feels cinematic. I love how thunderous the drums are. It does have that epic feeling to it. Good song.
Yeah, I'd go good with it.
I'd go good.
I'm nothing too crazy.
Yeah,
with
we can't put it up against with the highlights on the album. But next up, we have Parasail with Young Lean and Dave Chappelle. And I like that Dave Chappelle was on there because he was kind of giving, like, I guess, a motivational speech.
Yeah.
Like, I fall, I stand up, feeling taller than ever, whatever. Came in twice.
Really cool.
Maybe, I guess, speaking to Travis's emotions, articulating what Travis maybe didn't want to.
Young Lean had one of the most memorable performances on the album for me with this feature as well. I love the atmospheric and psychedelic feeling of the production and the way Travis Scott comes in and out of it.
It's kind of like the Astro Thunder of the album where it's like his vocals are jacked up with reverb, sounds somewhat muffled, and he's creating this hallucinatory atmosphere for us.
Actually, if you close your eyes and you really listen to this song, it's a fucking trip, bro.
It feels like you're sailing through the ocean, bro.
It really does. It's an amazing
crazy.
track for me. I would
amazing song, yeah.
I would go amazing with
Even though it does have a depressive mood to it, though. We can't deny that.
That's cool, though. Sometimes you need to get into that bag, you know?
I agree.
All
okay,
right.
Next up, we have Skitzo with Young Thug. I think that when you're looking at, like, a lot of the, I guess, criticism this album is getting, is people saying, this album has no bangers. There's no hits on this one. Nothing's going number one. Skitzo is a fucking slapper.
It is a big slapper.
I've ever heard one.
It is a big one. And as you said in the review, like the disjointed sort of, I would say, how could I say, format of the song? Does that make sense to you, really? It adds for so much entertainment value all the way through, and the Young Thug verse is just really nice. I'm not going to say it's one of the best performances Young Thug's ever put out, but it's a fantastic performance.
This is one of the best Thug performances I've heard in a very long time, and it would compete for being the best verse he has on his latest album, Business is Business. Like, it's up there with, like, the Jonesboro verses and some of the other ones that he has.
I guess you could say that. I'm just maybe trying to, like, reference back old Young Thug verses that I could put up against it, but we're not going to do that in this episode.
It sounds like Prime Thugger, though. Like, he has the double time flow.
The 3 different switches, the stop and go flow that you get more towards the end of the verse itself. I could go amazing with Skitzo as well.
I'll go amazing with this because it's 6 minutes and I don't lose interest for a single second, bro.
That's very true.
It's almost like, I was going to say the 3500 of the album because of how, like, lengthy it is, but it's a very different song. I can't put it there. So amazing, we said?
Yes, sir.
All right, amazing on Skitzo. Next up, a song that we've been talking about for a long time. It's Lost Forever, featuring Westside Gunn and James Blake. And I want to say that Lost Forever could have been a perfect song if we didn't get the rough transition into the Alchemist production, which I do enjoy. But that first beat, bro, the woozy synths, the mesmerizing vocal sample that takes you back to the 70s, I love how shadowy it is, and it's just so captivating, but it only lasts a minute. And then we get a longer part of the song with an instrumental that's nowhere near as unique and interesting, and that's why, to me, it's a missed opportunity. I love the song. To me, it's still an amazing track, but it just misses the mark of being perfect because, even for myself, okay, as a Westside Gunn fan, you've heard him over that Alchemist beat 100 times over. You've never heard him on that first fucking beat, bro. Come on.
Bro, the song's perfect. The song's perfect. What are you doing here?
So
what did you do? Like, what changed your mind today? What
I
went
just,
down in your Sunday morning this morning?
I just gave you my reasoning. The OG version's better, bro.
Which songs
the OG version is better.
How, bro? There's a lot. There's so many more layers with this new version. Not only that, you're getting an extra Travis verse.
I have no complaints with the verse. I would have liked to have heard it, though, on the better beat that gets fucking cut so early.
Bro, Uncle Al's production is dark. It hits.
I love the drums.
It's classic Uncle Al production. What's possibly wrong with the song?
I told you.
Who pissed in your cereal this morning?
You pissed in my cereal.
What's wrong with you,
bro?
It's literally one of the strongest songs on the album.
You're just not trying to like hear me, I guess.
Because you're saying it's basic, and I've heard West Side Gun on this beat over 100 times.
It was a rough transition to that beat. I don't feel like the transition was that smooth, as it was for other beat switches on the album.
A fucking 4-minute Mike Dean interlude, bro, where he takes you into the next beat? It was great.
Maybe that would have been a better transition.
No, there's no way Lost Forever is going anywhere besides perfect right now. That song's perfect. That's a perfect song.
It would have been perfect if it didn't get altered the way it did.
No, there's no way, Lou. We're putting it perfect.
I'll budge for you, brother, just because you're going to have a fucking heart attack, it looks like.
Come on. Are you serious?
It's one of the best songs. You're going all cross-eyed on me, bro, as if like, what the fuck?
It's one of the best songs on the album.
It could have been the best song on the album.
Stop
it. Could have been,
bro. Before we even spoke about this podcast, you're like, if this song makes it, it's like a top 10 Travis Scott song.
And it would have been a top 10 Travis song if it wasn't for that beat transition.
That's a bad
Let's keep on going. Let's move on
smelly tea.
To Love featuring Kid Cudi.
Ooh, smelly. I'm sorry. I just want that to
done, bro? Like, you want to fucking cry about it?
I just want that to
That's not a perfect song. Listen, there's a lot of older songs that made the cut, but this one is like fucking 9 years old, bro. From 2014.
I love it. What a good curation choice. I actually love this song.
I like the message of it, like how this song represents Utopia, about like them like seeking love from their fans and really thriving off of the love from their fan bases. Thought that was an original concept.
It is an original concept.
Cudi had a signature performance. Nothing mind-blowing.
I'd go great
on it, yeah. Honestly, I would low-key go good on it just because I'm not a huge fan of the sirens that kick off the song.
Oh, that's crazy.
And also, like, the hook is underwhelming. Like, the whole Love Me Long Time thing, like...
It's fire. I like that.
I would put it good.
I would go great.
You're budging on the fucking next one because I'm budging twice in a row now. Great for Love, apparently.
I'm just speaking facts here, brother. That's all I got to do. I come here on this podcast and I speak facts.
I'm noticing some cap in your rap. I'm not going to lie to you, bro.
What do you got next?
Next up, we have K-pop. Bro, if you defend this with your life, I'm going to lose it. Featuring The Weeknd and Bad Bunny.
Knowing you're probably going to try and like convince me that it's a bad song, but it's not a bad song. We're not going bad.
I feel like a lot of people are trying to like force themselves to like it and say, oh, well, when you go into the context of the album, it sounds fucking spectacular. Are you that guy?
Yeah. What's wrong? Why are you shitting on people's like music taste? What's wrong with you?
I'm not shitting on their taste, but I feel like
just because you have a hard time enjoying it.
But listen, at the end of the day, the song simply has no build. It has no drop. It has no climax. To me, this is a big marketing stunt. And the craziest part is that like after all the PR and everything that went behind this song, it's not even one of the most popular songs on the album. Like, I missed the mark for a lot of people. It's very flat, one-dimensional. Travis takes the back seat. Feels like a Bad Bunny song, and it adds nothing to the album. It feels out of place. It really does.
I'd go mid with it.
Thank you. That's all I wanted to hear.
Where did you think
I was thought you were going to go good. I thought you were going to ride it out and go good.
What? Come on. What's wrong with you? What do you think I do here?
You've been talking positively about it, bro. I'm like, is he gonna fucking...
In the context of the album, it's not that bad of a song. It's not a bad song to me. It's just like, it's mediocre. It's mid.
Fair enough. Mid-song.
It's a mid-song.
Next up, though, we have Telekinesis featuring Future and SZA. I love how emotional Future sounds on here. Starts us off and sounds like he's drowned out and like he's drained of his arrogance, to be honest with you, which is refreshing to hear, Future in that bag. Takes you back to Monster or Hendrix. So that was cool to see. SZA, not a huge fan of the vocal mix, but she had a great performance. But one of the best hooks by Travis.
Where are you going?
I'd go amazing with Telekinesis.
Thank you. Yeah.
Really?
I thought...
I thought you were going to go great.
I could go great. I could go great, but I just didn't want you to go perfect. I thought you were going to go perfect. But the way you were speaking about it before the recordings was like, oh, dude, it's a crazy song on the album. It is. It's one of the best, but like... I don't know. It's not
the
like
trumpets, the mysterious violins, like the orchestral aspect of it.
The song structure
Beautiful.
itself is really impressive itself. And honestly, as I said in the review, I don't necessarily have a problem with SZA's like vocals. I'm okay with it.
I don't have a huge problem with them either. I just feel like they sound a bit grainy. But yeah, amazing track.
Amazing track.
All right, let's go on to the outro of this thing, Till Further Notice, featuring James Blake and 21 Savage. And yeah, I love the emotion that James Blake is pouring out. It sounds like he's heartbroken. It sounds like he's reaching a personal low point. And a lot of people, I want to ask you if you felt the same way. Like, there's a part where he's like, "Where do you go now?"
Yeah. Where do you go? Like that. Like yeah.
Now that you're done with me, people interpreted that as like Travis speaking to like the fans. Like now that you've waited and all the hype is over with, you made it to the end of the album. Like, what's next for me and what's next for like the Travis Scott fan?
I don't know. That's up to him to give it to me.
Yeah, that's why. To me, it's too vague.
Like, even if you want to question it, it's like just wait till the next fucking album.
I know.
Come on, what's there to wait for? You know? So I mean, listen. I think it's a stronger song on the album itself. I just, the more and more I listen to it, I like the Metro Boomin production. I just don't think it's anything too crazy from Metro that I haven't heard from
Mile High kind of vibe?
No, not even, because Mile High, I feel
think
like
so.
No, Mile High was a lot more euphoric and was like a lot more bouncy and psychedelic than
It's
this.
super euphoric in my opinion.
No, not really. Especially, well, the James Blake portion, yes, but I feel like the 21 Savage verse itself kind of like, it feels awkward for me a bit.
It does.
Not because I don't like the feature. It's just that you're getting like 21 Savage on a Mile High sort of.
It was a creeping situation where it's like the verse isn't poor quality. It sounds like he's out of his element, to be honest.
We had the creeping with like the rinky dink bars. That wasn't good.
Yeah, I know.
That wasn't a good verse. This was a good verse. I think that it definitely added to the outro of the album. It's just that, I don't know. There's something a bit off-putting with it, but I will give Travis points for that
last
ending
verse. Fuck.
That was a major one. I'd go great with it.
Great with it? Fuck. It's low-key one of the best songs on there. Great is fair. Great is fair, though. I can't complain about great.
Listen, I think that's going to wrap up the tier list. So how do you feel about
Lost Forever isn't perfect.
No, you see, this is one of the tier lists I disagree with us for the most, bro.
Bro.
How are you going Modern Jam a perfect song?
Modern Jam is low-key like the best song on the album, bro.
No, sir.
It's not my most played, but it's from a technical standpoint, it's fucking flawless to me.
My Eyes is a perfect song.
It's close.
It's a perfect song. That's a perfect song.
Guys, you guys let us know in the comments, though, where do these songs rank using our tier list system? And if you enjoyed this video and you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And we have a bunch of other Utopia content available on the channel if you guys do want to check it out. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll catch you next time. Peace.